Right, I'll give you the word picture.
Okay.
I've got a test coming up in 2 weeks' time, so I want you to treat me as a pupil at the trained level. I've never met you before, but my instructor has got exactly the same car as you, so I'm familiar with the controls of the car, yeah? He said today he's going to look at my judgment of speed and my general road positioning.
Okay. Okay.
Do you understand what that subject entails?
Yeah. Judgment of speed. So I'm going to be talking to you about what's the appropriate speed for where we are, where we're travelling. If you're going too fast, if you're going too slow. If you're going too fast, what the consequences are. If you're going too slow, if you're going too fast, then I'm going to get your speed down and talk to you about what could happen if you were going too quickly. Too slow, the consequences of people overtaking, what the issues might be.
What about the general road positioning?
General road positioning. So I'm going to talk to you about where you're going to position the car for turning right.
Yeah. General road positioning.
Oh, general road positioning. Sorry. So yeah, where your position is in the road. So if you're too far over, if you're over the centre line, I'm going to get you to get your car positioned so that you're in the right position for the road. So we may slow down, and I'm going to get you positioned appropriately, doing that 5 minutes to you, 10 minutes to me, stopping and finding a reference point.
And what else would the subject? What else could a subject include?
Being too far to the left.
No, hesitancy. Yeah.
Hesitancy. Yeah. Okay.
So there's two forms of hesitancy. You know what they are?
So coming up to a junction, hesitating at a junction, and delaying. No, I'll have to.
Yeah. So it could be lack of preparation.
Yeah. Okay.
Or lack of judgment. Yeah.
Okay.
You'd recognise lack of preparation is where I'm actually coming up and stopping in the gear I'm in. Probably applying the handbrake, finding first gear. The road could have been perfectly clear.
Yeah.
It may well have been an open junction. I probably could have carried on by slipping into first gear about 1.5 car lengths away, or even slipping into second gear if it had been an open junction and carrying on. Yeah. That's
Okay.
lack of preparation.
Okay.
Lack of judgment would be where I have got the car prepared, but I'm just not going.
Right. Okay.
And that would manifest itself, especially at roundabouts.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
So, if you're starting off in an area like this, if you have a look ahead, you've got a nice pen picture right in front of you, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what kind of question would you ask me now before I drive away here?
Okay. So, looking ahead now, Tony, we're approaching quite a tight bend here, so we can't see what cars are coming towards us. So we need to get our speed down so we're anticipating.
No, that's telling him.
Okay, right.
I've got a test run in 2 weeks' time, haven't I?
Right, okay. So looking ahead now, Tony, we've got a bend ahead of us. Can't see up the road, so just tell me what you need to consider as you're coming around this corner.
Yeah, I wouldn't have even told. I wouldn't even say to me there's a bend ahead. I would say, looking ahead there, Tony. What would you say is an appropriate speed for this situation ahead?
Okay, right. So looking ahead, Tony, what would you consider would be the appropriate speed for the road ahead?
Well, I can't see very far, can I? I haven't got much room either side. Looks like about 15 mile an hour to me.
Okay, yeah, So we're going to anticipate the worst, aren't we? So what would happen if a car was coming down the road?
I have to be able to stop in the distance I can see to be clear, isn't it? I can't see very much, can I?
No, that's right. So that's fine. That would be the appropriate speed for coming up here.
All right.
Okay. What else do we need to take into account if we're driving up here? Not only vehicles, what else might come along?
Oh, pedestrians coming out from the side of those parked cars, isn't it?
Yeah. We've also got a van there, haven't we, parked on the side, so we might have...
Oh yeah, I saw the van, yeah.
Yeah, so what might happen in that situation?
Where there's a van there's a person, isn't it?
Okay.
I used to say where there's a van there's a man, but Bob told me that's not allowed anymore, it's not PC, is it?
Okay.
So shall I have a go?
Yep, let's have a go. Okay.
Stop myself.
So progress, hesitancy, normal road positioning. Okay. So tell me, Tony, what can you see in this mirror?
Oh, I've squared the whole back window.
Mm-hmm.
I can see a bit of my head restraint. I can see a bit of yours.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks okay to me.
Okay. And your left door mirror?
I can see 2 finger widths.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that tree coming in at the top.
Okay.
And I can see the kind of middle of the road in there. I can see that car and that drive opposite right in the middle.
Okay.
And the same with that one there.
All right then, so when you're ready, we'll go. We talked about the speed here, so appropriate speed. It's way too quick, wasn't it?
Yeah. By the time you say all that, see where I'm already into the front of that car now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's
Right,
consider.
so let's just talk about that. Yeah. Yeah. So by the time you've made that speech, if she hadn't slowed down and I hadn't slowed down,
Yeah, there'd have been trouble.
we're looking at 2 cars written off, aren't we?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So what should you have said to me?
Okay, Tony. So remember when we set off, we're going to
No. Too many words, isn't it?
So what speed are we going to try? What speed are we going to drive at?
No. You need to jump in there and make the situation safe. Yeah. Right, let's try again.
So let's drive at the appropriate speed
No.
here. Slow down, Tony.
No. 15 mile an hour now, Tony.
15 miles an hour now, Tony. Why?
You've made it safe now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Make it
okay.
safe first,
Okay.
yeah? Right,
Just
so-
remind me why we're going to travel at 15 miles an hour around here, Tony.
Oh, yeah, I can't see very much, can I?
And we're going to in this situation, we're always going to anticipate the worst, aren't we? So if we've got a car coming
And
round,
we're going to turn right.
we're going to turn right, turning on the right.
Yeah, so what was ask me what's, see if I know the consequences of going.
Okay, Tony, so what would the consequences have been if you continued to travel as fast as you were?
I think I might have hit that black car, mightn't I?
You would have done, wouldn't
She
you?
looked a bit frightened, didn't she?
She did, didn't she? What happens if we come round that corner and there'd been a pedestrian crossing?
I might have had trouble stopping, wouldn't it?
So you can see why it's necessary for us to travel at the appropriate speed.
And we're going to turn right.
I'm going to take the next turning on the right, please. So check those mirrors, Tony, for turning right.
Yeah, mirrors don't come into this, yeah?
Okay.
Right, Tony, what's the speed limit for this road?
What's the speed limit, Tony, for this road?
Oh, 30.
Okay, and are we going to travel at 30?
No. What's an
Why?
appropriate speed?
What's an appropriate speed?
Oh, about 15.
Okay.
Well,
And
you
why
need-
are we
that's-
going to travel at 15 miles an hour?
Because I haven't got much room either side, and the car could move away, or a car could come towards me, or a pedestrian could walk out.
That's right. Okay. And if we're travelling at 15 miles an hour, what would be the benefit of travelling at 15 miles an hour?
Well, if he steps back from that lorry, I can actually stop, can I?
Mhm.
And he's stepping back, isn't he? I could have stopped, couldn't I?
So can you see as we come around this corner, we can't see what's coming down the road. So travelling at 15 miles an hour gives you the opportunity to stop if
right,
something's
yeah.
coming. Or if you've been travelling at 30 miles an hour down here, you'd have had a collision there, wouldn't you?
I would.
Although it's 30 miles an hour, the speed limit here, we've got to drive to the conditions that are available
Oh,
to
right.
us. So we've got to weigh all that up when you're on the drive, okay?
And we're going to turn left.
We're going to take the next turning on the left.
And at the roundabout right.
And at the roundabout, I'd like you to turn right, please. Okay, Henry.
What were you going to say?
No, it's okay. Ignore me.
Yes, Tony, what's the speed limit for this road?
What's the speed limit for this road?
Oh, 30,
Tony?
Sue.
Yeah, okay. Are we going to travel at 30 down here?
I think I could do 25 here.
Yeah, yes. And why could you do 25 miles
Good
an hour
question.
here?
Well done. I got a bit more room, haven't I?
Yeah.
There's room for 3 vehicles. I wouldn't do 30 because I have got a lot of parked cars on the left, haven't I?
You have, haven't you? down, we might have, say, for example, a pedestrian crossing between these parked cars.
Yeah, kind of find out if I know that, yeah.
Okay. What would happen if somebody opened a door here?
I think I've allowed enough room, haven't I?
You've allowed enough room, okay. So what happens if a pedestrian climbed out of the car?
Oh yeah, she could walk out there, couldn't she?
They could, couldn't she?
And we're going to turn right.
I'd like you to take the next turning on the right, please. Tony, so just think about your speed here with the lorry parked on the right. Oh, no, Tony.
Will my examiner be really nice to me like you? Now we're going to turn left.
I'm going to take the next turning on the left.
Now I'm going to change that around a bit now. And I'm going to drive too slow for conditions.
Okay.
And I want to see how you handle it. And think about the same, very similar to the way you just handled it. Or I showed you how to handle it a few minutes ago, yeah?
Okay.
Yes, Tony, what's an appropriate speed?
What's the appropriate speed, Tony, for driving?
What's the speed limit for
What's
this
the
road?
speed limit for this road, Tony?
30.
Okay. And so what speed are you travelling at the moment?
20.
Okay. So do you need to be travelling at 20 miles an hour?
Well, do you really want that BMW who's about two feet off my bumper to be really overtaking me here?
No, I don't. So
what do you want me to do?
Okay, Tony. So the road is nice and open here. You can see up the road. So really, the speed that you're travelling up, you can travel a little bit faster.
Yeah, by the time you say all that, Sue, he's getting closer and closer to me, isn't it?
So
Right, I'll take control of this myself, yeah? Tony, up to 40 mile an hour by that next bend, yeah?
Okay.
You have to get it safe first, haven't you?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that BMW was being quite patient, but he could have been very impatient, couldn't he?
Okay.
Now we're going to turn left.
I'd like you to take the next turning on the left.
Yeah, by the time it takes you to say all that, if he gets frustrated, what's he going to do?
He's going to overtake, and he's got to overtake probably on that junction.
Yeah,
and
so
be an accident.
You've got to get it safe first, then we can go
Okay.
into the analysation and the remedial action afterwards.
Okay.
Yes, Tony, what's an appropriate speed on this road? What's the speed limit on
What's
this
the
road?
speed limit on this road, Tony?
Oh, 40.
40. And let's get our speed built up then, because we're going too slow here. Cars behind you.
Yeah, I'm building up gradually, Sue.
Okay, so let's put more gas now. Let's get the car. Come on, let's get it moving.
No, I'm not going to respond to that.
Okay, so Tony, what I want you to think about the car behind you.
By that next lamppost, Tony.
By that next lamppost,
You
I want
want
you
me
to
to do
build
40 mile an hour?
40 miles an hour.
Give me a Pacific, yeah?
Okay.
What would build your speed up mean to a learner driver?
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, even though I'm doing 40 mile an hour, he's still trying to get the overtake on me, isn't he?
And Tony, so travelling at the appropriate speed, so you've got to look at the situation. We've got a nice wide road here, nice and clear. We can see what's going on, so you've got a clear picture of what's ahead of you. If we travel too slowly, the car behind you is going to get frustrated and try and overtake you, and probably end up overtaking a silly place.
I might have known some of that, mightn't I?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
What's the speed limit now, Tony?
Okay, what's the speed limit now, Tony?
60.
Okay, so let's be building up our speed.
No.
By the time you get to these bollards here,
Would it be safe to go?
okay, would it be safe for you to be travelling faster than 40 here, Tony?
Oh yeah, we got a bit faster, couldn't it? And how are you judging that, Tony?
How are you judging whether or not it's safe for you to go faster, Tony?
I've got room, haven't I?
You've got room, and you can you see ahead?
Yeah.
So if you have to, if there's something pulls out, for example, ahead of you, would you be able to slow down and stop?
Well, yeah, I was keeping an eye on that guy in the parking bay. Yes, what's the consequences of driving too slow for the conditions, Tony?
What's the consequences of driving too slow for the conditions, Tony? What may happen?
Oh, I find a lot of people overtake me all the time.
And what happens if you're driving too slowly and they overtake you? What may happen?
Well, I don't mind them overtaking me, just get in front of me, don't they?
Okay, but they may get frustrated and overtake in dangerous places. For example, they may overtake at a junction, or they may overtake in the chevrons of the road to get past you. So you're putting them, not only them in a different dangerous situation, but also yourself, because you know, if they overtake and a car's coming up the road, there could be a collision and you could be involved in that collision.
So come back at me once more now. What's the speed limit for this road, Tony?
What's the speed limit for this road, Tony?
Oh, 40. And what's the appropriate speed?
And what's the appropriate speed?
Oh, I think about 40 is quite safe, isn't it?
Okay.
And how are you judging it?
And how are you judging that, Tony?
I've got plenty of room to the left and to the right. I can see well ahead, I can stop at a distance, I can see to be clear. So I'm happy you got that now, Tony. I'm going to pass it back to you, but keep an eye on it.
I'm happy you've got that now, Tony. I'm going to pass that back to you and keep an eye on it. Okay, Tony, we need to keep an eye on that road positioning now, don't we? So you need to, you're actually over the white line here. Did you have a reference point for...
By the time you make this reach, I would have lost your door mirror, wouldn't I?
Okay, Tony, so let's get back over onto our side of the road, because you're actually encroaching. Okay.
Yeah, you should have directed me back, boy.
Yeah.
I'll steer 5 minutes, Tony.
Yeah.
So you're teaching real learners at the moment, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So if you had a real learner driving down the middle of the road, would you be sitting there going into the analysation with them, and
No.
what would you do first?
I'll get them out safe.
Yeah. It's the same way if they're driving way too close to the curb and are just about to lose both your allies. Would you let them do that?
No.
What would be the first thing you do?
I'm afraid I tend to push the wheel, which probably I shouldn't do. But,
But at least you are going along the same lines as me. You are getting them safe, isn't it? Yeah.
So I should be doing that 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Well, what I want you to do is treat me the same way as you would do a pupil, yeah?
Okay, all right.
You know, 'cause while I was sitting out there and I was getting one of your long speeches, all it takes is for a car coming towards me to be a little bit wide as well.
Yeah. And then we're in trouble.
Obviously, it's not going to happen with me, but with a real pupil,
Yeah.
it might well happen, yeah? So, I'm going to keep on that at the moment, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Traffic lights left.
But the traffic lights would like you to turn left, please. Okay, Tony, so we need to make sure we've got our road position correct at here, so I'm just going to keep an eye on your road position. Right, just keep it, so 5 minutes to me, please, and straighten up.
Yeah. Right, so you need to check with me now. Tony, what's your position for normal driving?
Tony, what's your position for normal driving?
I was about a metre from the curb or the middle of my lane, Sue.
Right, okay, so at the moment you're actually encroaching.
I've got past the parked cars at the moment.
Yeah.
So how am I judging it?
So how are you judging whether that you're a metre away from the park car, a metre away from the curb?
I just know it, Sue. I've been learning to drive for 7 months now. I just know it.
Okay, so when you were learning to drive, were you given a reference point?
That was a long time ago. I can't remember. I think Bob might have mentioned something.
Okay. So what we're going to do then, I'm just going to remind you of where that reference point is. So your position in the road is fine now. So looking ahead at that white line ahead of you, which is now disappeared.
No need to go straight into a reference point.
No. Okay.
Tony, you're in the correct position now. Look at it. If you have a look in your right door mirror.
Okay, Tony, you're in the right road position now. So if you look in your right door mirror
And your left door mirror.
and your left door mirror,
There should be an equal distance between the...
two white lines.
It's not ideal here because of the fact that we've got the 2 lanes, yeah?
Yeah. Now, I do use that with my pupils, and when they're not doing it, so you go through all that spiel, they don't do it. Then where do you go?
Looking well ahead.
Yeah, looking well ahead and looking for the white line.
Yeah, your hands will have a tendency to follow your eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't go with the reference point. If you were going to go with the reference point on the move, how would you go with it?
So I was going to get you to look for the white line and where it cut into the car.
Yeah, how would you approach that?
So Tony, looking ahead, you can see the white line now. Follow the white line. Where does it cut into the car?
Are we talking about the white line or the curb?
Sorry, no, I'm talking about the white line in the middle of the road.
Yeah, but we have to base the reference point for normal driving position on what's static on the left, because the white line varies, doesn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
So if you're going to go with that reference point, how would you go with it? You wouldn't use the white line in the middle of the road. You'd use what?
A metre from the curb.
Yeah. So how would you approach that?
So when you've Tony, when you got your reference point for being a metre, so when you got your metre, your reference point a metre from the curb, where was your reference point a metre from the curb? Okay, so we're in normal road position now, Tony.
Yeah.
So looking at the curb now, so a quick glance at the curb, follow the curb up to the line, and where does that cut into the car now?
Yeah, I'll probably be a little bit careful of that, because
You're going to be looking and not
I'm going to go push.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Tony, don't take your hands off the wheel and don't point.
Yeah, okay. So Tony, don't take your hands off the wheel and don't point, but using your eyes, follow the curb now. You're in the right driving position.
Hold on a moment, to go past the parked cars. I am now, yeah?
Okay. So let's just get past this parked car on the left. Okay, so don't take your hands off the wheel and don't take your eyes off the road. Follow the curb now, and where does it cut actually into the curb? Where does it actually cut into the car?
Just about the middle of the window there.
Okay, so that's where your reference point is, to make sure you're a metre away from the curb and that you're driving in the right position.
Alright. And we're going to turn left.
I'd like you to take the next turning on the left.
So you need to
please.
dig a bit deeper now.
Okay, Tony, so why is it...
Hang on, let me finish.
Okay, sorry.
So you need to dig a bit deeper now and find out. Do I know the consequences?
Okay, so tell me, Tony, what are the consequences if you're not in the right road position?
That depends on which way. You mean if I'm too far out to the right?
Yeah, if you're too far over to the right, what are the consequences?
Well, I think I might hit a vehicle coming towards me, wouldn't it?
Yes, you would, wouldn't you? And if you're too far to the left, what would happen?
I can mount the curb, couldn't I?
You could, couldn't you? Yeah. Or you could come into the side of the road and damage your tyres. So it's really important that you get your road position correct.
So have a look in the right door mirror.
So if now, Tony, if you look
in the right door mirror.
If you look in the right door
and
mirror,
look in the left door mirror.
and see where you should be positioned between the two, in the middle.
I am, yeah.
Okay, so you've got your